Hello, it is June 16th. It's been a little while. It's now warmer. And me being me, I've set a new goal. And that is something mentioned in my previous video. I think a sub 20-minute 5K would be nice. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And when I initially mentioned it, I was like, I'm probably not gonna do that. Like, that's gonna be, I don't know if I'm capable. But you know what? I think I actually really am capable, and then some. All my life, I've been neglecting one very important thing. And that is Zone 2 training. Woo, yeah. What that is, it's running at a really light pace, pretty much. All my runs leading up to, prior to the last 2 months, they were all very hard, very, very hard. Which, it'll train your lactate threshold, it'll train your VO2 max, but it's neglecting your aerobic base. You need two things when you run. Two things. It's like thinking about a car. You need your gasoline, but you also need your wheels. It's kind of a shit analogy, but basically there's two fuel sources with running, and that's your training your VO2 max / lactate threshold, and then there's the other one, which is training your aerobic base. So I had a really good lactate threshold. It was up here, but my aerobic base, my aerobic engine was like, it was slagging, right? So in the last couple months, I started really hitting the zone 2 training hard. And check these gains out. This is my first zone 2 run. Look at this pace. Look at this pace. Abysmal. I was power walking at some points. And I just finished a zone 2 run today, which is much longer than the first one I'm showing you here. And look at this pace. Look at that. This was in 2 months? I'm not looking at the dates right now, but I think it's been 2 months since my first zone 2, which is a massive gain. My heart rate's the same in both of these runs. It's the same. Yet I'm 1.5 kilometers faster here. Insanity. So if I keep building up this aerobic engine to the absolute skies, to the skies, all the way up to Mount Everest, there's no chance I'm not going to get this sub 20 minute. Hell, I might get a sub 19. Boys and girls. So in my last video, I made a mistake of yapping too much. So I'm going to cut it real quick and concise. I totally changed my workout regime from push-pull legs to upper-lower split, more focused on running. A little bit of hypertrophy work, but it's been dialed down, and now we have more running-related functional training. Here's the upper day, here's the lower day. All right, boys and girls, we're back. I just finished work. Well, I finished like an hour ago. Yeah, I got a new job. I don't think I mentioned that, but new job. Woohoo. But that's not a big deal. What we care about right now is a sub 20 minute, right? That's what we're here for. And what I want to tell you guys is that I've been doing weekly intervals now, 800 meter intervals, about 6 rounds of those. I might start upping it because I can handle it. And they're good. They're good for increasing VO2 max. That is something we need if we want to sub 20 minute 5K. We need a good VO2 max, and we need a good aerobic base. So yeah, I don't know, I guess I can kind of record it. I mean, here's the thing about making these videos is that I can't really record me running that much. Like, it's just me running. What am I gonna do? I can't talk, right? So I can just tell you though what I'm gonna do, really. But yeah, I did a zone 2 run yesterday. Again, massive improvement from the previous one. Like, I beat my other kilometer pace by 11 seconds per kilometer, 12 seconds. Over 1 day. I'm like, that's just absurd. It's just absurd. So yeah, if it keeps improving like this, holy moly. It's not going to though, because newbie gains. I was a newbie. Remember when you first went to the gym and started lifting weights? You got a lot stronger and a lot bigger pretty quick, eh? Same thing with me and aerobic base, because I've never trained aerobic base. Aerobic base go up fast at start, but gains taper off. Yeah, guys, so as you can see here, I was eating pretty healthy, cakes and donuts and pizza and whatnot, a lot of healthy foods here. That's really important for a runner, to eat a lot of healthy donuts and such. No, but in all seriousness, if you have a bit of junk, it's fine. Especially as a runner, you can literally eat more junk. You burn off all these calories, it's really not going to do that much to you. I'm not saying that's all you should eat, but you can honestly eat a lot more. I could eat 2 slices of cake with how much I'm running, and I wouldn't gain a pound. And even health-wise, when you burn off and exercise all of those calories, it really offsets it all. So if you run a lot, hey buddy, you had the right. There are two things in life you can't avoid: death and ice cream cakes. Kilometers, just like that. It's gonna happen, boys. We're trying to cook our own steak right here.
All right, what's next?
We got a pan.
Send me your lighter.
Pan there. Salt.
What the fuck? This is the smallest lighter ever.
There's a spark.
Bro, I said it.
Oh my god!
It just died. What the fuck?
It doesn't really look that shiny, does it?
I've never seen a shiny. Oh, it's normally yellow on the instead of blue.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool.
that's kind of cool. It looks kind of nice.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
It is yellow usually. That's cool.
Your first shiny.
My first shiny. That's cool.
Oh, guys, you do not believe how much pain I was in there. Oh my god. Because I realized I was like kind of at my PR pace. So I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking go for it. 10K PR pace. But this is not the ideal fucking environment. There's so many hills around here. Oh my god. And at the end, I had to go up a hill. And I was so fucking close to my pace. So I just kept going at it. I didn't even know if I got the PR. I got was it 44:33 on my 10K? 44:33. So, I don't know, it's around there. Anyway, pretty fucking good considering I didn't even have my best shoes on. And on top of that, it was hilly as shit here. What up, boys? We back. I just got off work, went home, had a little bit to eat, and now we're straight in front of the gym. We're gonna do upper body today, and then we're gonna do zone 2. Let's get it. I'm gonna try to record a bit more, guys. Gotta try and record a bit more. Look at this sun, boys and girls. Look at this sun. Beautiful. Beautiful. My car is an absolute heater. Like, I can feel the heat radiating outside of it. It's actually insane. So the workout is finito. Pretty quick, smooth, easy upper body day. I finally recorded myself in the gym. Like, honestly, the first few weeks of this video were really disconnected. But I'm gonna try and lock in now and record daily or almost daily. And yeah, I'm gonna do my zone 2 run right now and I'll tell you guys how it was. Alright guys, run is finished, and honestly I felt absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful day. My brain chemicals were at optimal levels and I just felt amazing. I didn't even run that long today because I honestly have to fucking sit down, grind, and edit this video. I did not edit shit. So I ran like 7K, boom. And now it is time to eat some turkey made by mama, baby. I'll get that on footage too, turkey by mama. Here's the turkey dinner, everyone. It looks very dark on camera, but it's actually really vibrant looking. Cooked by mama, so courtesy to the chef. And there's the eater chef. All right guys, today we're doing something different. We're gonna run. That's not the different part. After we run, we're gonna box. I've never boxed in my life, but one day I just woke up and I was like, fuck it, let's sign up. Free session, why not, right? So I'm gonna do a little zone 2, a little bit of boxing, technical class, and then I'm gonna do intervals. So it's a lot, it's an all-day event. Boys and girls, your boy just did some boxing for his first time in his life, and it was pretty goddamn fun. So it was supposed to be a technical class. Well, it was, but I didn't think it would be much of a workout, but I was sweating my ass off because I was on the bag, right? And I'm like punching there. Boxing's a workout, guys. I always knew this, but it's a fucking workout. So I'm punching hard on the back. I'm sweating my ass off. Now I'm like, shit, do I do intervals? I thought about it. Yeah, I'm still doing intervals, boys. Workout number 3, let's go. Okay, 3rd time's a charm, guys. First time I recorded this, it was way too long. It was like 20 plus minutes. I'm like, dude, you're not doing that. Second time, my microphone was off. So please, Lord, help me this time. So this is something called run review. So I'm gonna kind of review most of the runs, or like the notable runs that I do every week. Still kind of figuring it out, but right now I'm like 3-4 weeks behind with runs. So I'm gonna kind of just quickly ram through it. So this is the first one I showed at the start of the video. As you can see in the caption, 132 per kilometer faster from when I started zone 2s. So that was a massive confidence boost, and that's actually what kickstarted me to start this video. Next day, beat it again, 6 minutes per kilometer. I was like, wow, amazing, like insane. Intervals. So when I started intervals, pace was around 5:11. Now it's 5:44. Well, at this time it was 5:44. 4:44, sorry. So huge gains there too. Here's my run crew. So I actually did join a run crew. They're on Thursdays. Honestly, I haven't gone in 2 weeks, so maybe I should probably go soon. It's been a little busy, honestly, man. Another zone 2. And here's a tempo run. So it's my first tempo run in a little while. I did it on the treadmill. As you can see from the captions, I did 4.22 miles at 8 miles an hour. Next mile at 8.5, next at 9, which is actually pretty fast for me. And my end heart rate was only 171. So I'm like, wow, that's not bad. Average you can see is 163. I'm like, that's like 163 is in the low end of zone 4. So great, 432 per kilometer, awesome. Treadmills are easier, however, but still, this was a really enjoyable run. I remember how I felt mentally. I felt really good. Here's a UBC run with my friend. As you can see, we're looking pretty crispy there. A little bit slow, but it's fine. Another zone 2. So as you notice, the zone 2s have a lot of variability, I noticed. This was hilly, but even on the flat ones, a lot of variability. Sometimes I'm going at 6 minutes per kilometer, sometimes like 6:40. Another zone 2. And here's some intervals on the treadmill. This sucked. This was hard. Obviously, this is excluding breaks. I was running at 4 minutes a kilometer every interval, and it was pretty tough. Here's another zone 2 record, 5:57. Amazing. Another tempo run. So I did the same protocol as last time, and my end heart rate was only 168. And my average was 160. Like, that's barely in zone 4. It's crazy. I did record the treadmill this time because I'm like, maybe this treadmill's slower. I know some treadmills can be miscalibrated, so I'm gonna try and only run on treadmill 6 now. Here's more zone 2 action. A lot of walks. So I got back into Pokemon Go. That's what the walks are. I'm not recording them anymore because honestly, they're too spammy. Here's another zone 2 record, 5:55 per kilometer. Holy moly, dude, you're crazy. Canada Day run. Look at this, 6:44 per kilometer. So again, a lot of variability in zone 2. And this was flat too. This is in Richmond. It was really flat. And zone 2 record, 5:54. I think I haven't gotten faster than that since. So it's been a while since I got a zone 2 record. What was my heart rate on here? So 135. Yeah, generally I'm in the upper range, 135 to 137. Okay, here's another interval on the treadmill. I remember this. I was like, great. I hated last intervals on treadmills. This one was way better. So I did 430 a kilometer, including breaks. Like, I hammered it, especially at the end. I went at like 10.5 miles an hour. So that was great. And you can see my average heart rate too, 152 with the brakes. So yeah, checks out. And so here's more walk. I think this was a walk with my director at the company. I had a little chat with him. And you guys saw this, yummy food here. I was playing Pokemon with my friend. Okay, this run was very notable. This might have been the hardest run in years. Maybe up there with the sun run. So I was like doing this run, and at the start I was going like almost at 4 minutes a kilometer. I'm like, shit, like I know it's supposed to be a tempo run, but it doesn't feel that hard. After a few Ks, I'm dying. I'm like, shit, I have to slow down. So I'm slowing down. I end up running down the hill, right? And obviously my pace is gonna be a little faster. So I'm going down the hill, I'm circling around. I'm like, shit, I'm actually like at my 10K PR pace, which is 4:27. And I was like, fuck, the only thing I have to do is go up this hill. So I was hammering it up the hill, and dear Lord, was it hard. I did put a clip in this video earlier where I was dying. This was the run. It was so tough. And I think I tied my 10K PR pace, and I was probably only a few seconds off the actual time. And on top of that, this was a more hilly route. I didn't have my racing shoes, and I'm not really that accustomed to tempo running. I'm only doing it 1 to 2 times a week. if I ramp up the tempo, and got my shoes, easy smash, easy. So that's a good sign of progress. And my heart rate was lower too. That's another great measurement of effort, 168 heart rate. On the sun run, my heart rate was 178. Like, that's crazy. Recovery, more walks. And some zone 2 action. So this one's a little quicker, 6:05. Some walks. More zone 2 action. I remember this. I was actually feeling really good. Yeah, I think I was talking about this run too. I was feeling really good mentally. It was just a great day, and I was like, man, I feel high as a kite right now. This is the day that I actually went boxing. I did a run, then I went boxing, then I did intervals. I didn't do the 6x800. This time I only did 5 because I was kind of tired. But my pace during the interval was actually pretty fast. I think my breaks were just slower. That's why the overall pace is lower. Okay, this run, oh my gosh. You know what? I actually have an explanation for this run right now. Today was a character-defining moment. I decided not to look at my watch as I did my zone 2 run. Usually I'll look at it just to make sure I'm within range. But I'm like, you know what? I just want to run freely today, right? So I did that, and I was like in my head, I'm like, hey, I think I'm going slow enough for zone 2, right? So then a lot of kilometers went by. I'm like, hey, let's just check it now, see if I'm on track. 7 kilometers in, I check it for the first time. I'm almost in zone 4. I'm like, and I was like, it was a majority downhill so far. It was more downhill than uphill. And I'm in zone 4, and the pace is 6:15. I'm like, this is a zone 2 pace, if not slower, considering it's downhill. I'm like, what the fuck? I honestly question my whole goddamn life. I question all my training right then and there. It's funny how the brain can just think really fucking negative and extreme in one moment. And, but it's reasonable. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why? I literally go faster than this in other runs. Why am I almost in zone 4? And it didn't really feel like it. Then I'm like, oh, maybe my watch is wrong. And I'm like, no, it can't be that wrong, right? Then I slowed down. I started walking for a bit, and I slowed down. Then I got back into zone 3. And I felt kind of shit. And I was going like fucking slow. Like I added 7:30 or 8 pace, which is like what I would go at the very start of my zone 2 training. Then just kept going. Then I noticed my heart rate was low. And then I slowly sped up. And then I got to a decently fast pace, and it still wouldn't crack into the zone 3 area. So I'm like, okay, we're doing something right. And I just kept going. And I was going at like a pretty good pace continuously after that. And it was more uphill. And I managed to go at just as fast as a pace uphill, yet stay in zone 2. So I'm like, what changed? Like, we just locked in there. Like, we locked in real fucking good there. And I felt really good. I got in, boom, here's the run. Got in 16 kilometers. And it was like 140 BPM average, which is almost zone 2. Considering I was almost in zone 4, 7 kilometers in, 140 BPM is pretty good. I brought it down. And yeah, I don't know what the hell changed. That confuses me. I don't know if my watch had an error, or maybe I just wasn't doing something right. But I switched my music from the fast-paced music to lounge music. I don't know if that helped calm me down. But then I switched it back to fast pace. Anyway, yeah, that was fucking weird. But I honestly felt really, really bad in the moment. And I felt like honestly just stopping. Like I was like, fuck this. Like, what's the point? What's the point? I've done this much zone 2 training only to go backwards. Like, no, that's not a good feeling, right? But yeah, maybe the watch was wrong, but I'm glad that we locked in and we managed to still get a pretty fucking good pace. And honestly, even if I didn't speed up and I slowed down, like I shouldn't just give up off of one run. A lot of days where you're going to feel slower or something's just going to slow you down. So you can't take one day out of context. I found that very interesting though. Okay, and here's another tempo run. So this is really important. Okay, the pace is messed up. It's not. As you can see in the caption, 409 per kilometer. The same treadmill as the other one, and I did 5 kilometers. So if I want to get a sub 20, I need to run at least at 4 per kilometer, right? And that's 9.7 miles an hour on the treadmill. This run was 9 miles an hour. So I was like, hey, I gotta do 9. I gotta work my way up. So I'm gonna maybe slowly start working my way up a little bit. Maybe down the road, maybe more so in a month, I'll build up my aerobic base a bit more. And then once I actually go for the 5K time or decide to, I'm gonna ramp up my zone 4 training a bit more, then do it. That way I'm more accustomed and have increased mental toughness. But this was really great. This is the fastest 5K I've done. I think only one other time I did this. So this is like way up there for the treadmill. Obviously treadmill's easier, but it's also more boring. All right, and here's the last run. The route totally glitched on here. So I did 7K. What you see here is not 7K, and that's like 500 meters. I don't know what happened. This has actually never happened to me on Strava, but like I ran a lot more than this. So yeah, it was 7K, and honestly it was a slow pace, but it was just one of those days. So yeah. All right, guys, that marks the end of part uno. I did go on a crazy hike yesterday. I'm gonna put that in another video. It was insane, like literally the most insane experience of my life, easily. So I'll talk about that next video. It's kind of running-ish, fitness related anyway, and took some good clips, so stay tuned. Until then, I'll see you guys until the next video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Give me a thumbs down if you hated it and you hate my guts and you think I'm stupid and I have yellow teeth. There's stuff in my teeth too. Yeah, until then, eat ice cream cake and love life.